Lex, we put on Do Not Disturb. She walked away. Okay, I'm just hoping we can, because I said put on Do Not Disturb.
Force Media, unclog your feed.
In the Bravo universe, there are two equally destructive forces: the housewives, who start it, and the producers, who make sure it finishes on camera. These are their stories.
Welcome back to another episode of Reality Core. My name is Ace Fanning. I'm joined by an old bag named Ana Quincoces. But guys, we have the most gorgeous, most sexy. She's saying she's straight off Pilates, and I'm thinking, ma'am, you look like you're straight off the dick because you look damn glowing.
Thank you. No, I'm glowing. I mean, there was no D this morning, but definitely off the reformer, right out of Pilates, turtle out of the shell, coming right off my back and stretching the inner thighs. Yes.
You look incredible.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy to be here with you both. You both look gorgeous.
We've been dying to have you back on.
Thank you.
We're very upset about some things, but we're also excited about other things you're doing.
I'll give you all the
tell us
new news.
So listen, Margaret.
Yes.
You're not coming back to RHONJ. That's what we're calling it now. RHONJ.
We call it RHONJ now. Yeah.
Okay.
And
RHONJ. Okay.
I think it is a big loss for the RHONJ franchise.
Thank you. It is. Listen, I told you guys last time I was on, Reality Court, that if a certain someone was going to be there, I could not work in that situation.
Right.
Work in that environment. The network knew that. There's so many rumors out there saying she was fired, she was this. That's not the truth. No. I was not fired.
Mark, honestly, with so many people, especially in the housewife world, speaking out of both sides of their mouth, you are the real deal, and you have conviction, and you have integrity, and you have a boundary. You drew a line in the sand, and you cannot cross it. And that is so rare now that I just always admired you, but I admire you even more. And I know,
thank you.
I don't have to tell you, you know what you are. This show showed people but I think that in a different setting, oh my God, you're just going to explode.
Oh, thank you. No, and everyone's like, you thought, they were going to pick you over Teresa. No, I don't. It wasn't like I needed them to pick me, or it wasn't pick me. It was just like, it wasn't a friend group anymore.
Right.
And I couldn't coexist in that environment. And I knew that for myself. And I just said, if it was going to be that environment, that is not for me. And that is the situation that was presented, and I knew that it was going in that direction back in December when I spoke to the network, and they said it looks like it's going that way, and we made a decision. The show wasn't being announced then, and don't make any announcements till there is actually a show to announce. And they gave me the heads up while I was filming another show, actually, and I was like, all right, then I'm just going to do my resignation. And they were like, yes, please do it now. We're announcing. I was like, fine.
Perfect. I just don't even understand right now. We're both real big fans of Rhode Island.
I love Rhode Island.
We don't know why we need RHONJ back.
I think hopefully it'll be different. I do know some of the players that are going on the show, though they didn't announce them. There is speculation of the new people who are going on it.
But these new girls that probably worship Teresa and are never going to challenge her. This is not going to be any fun for me, for sure.
To be seen. I want it to do well. I love Melissa and Dolores, obviously. I still want the show to do well. I left that show. Well, TBD, right?
Right.
But I will say Rhode Island's a killer.
This is what pisses me off, though, about with Real Housewives right now is we continue to treat it like it's a casting couch. And it's like, I'm not looking for people to be on a cast. I am looking for people who have history, who have bonds and ties to each other. And
conflict and all of it, whatever.
Yeah, but that comes from regular relationships.
Right, exactly. Like that comes from real relationships. If you just are like, hey, we're looking for rich women in New Jersey who want to join a show, it's so stupid.
I get it.
Frustrated.
I get it. Listen, we all did have a bond, and I do feel like, as close to Melissa and Dolores, Rachel, Danielle, we all did form a very deep bond. Jen Fessler, we were all very tight. But listen, they wanted to change up. It did get very dark. I get it. That wasn't, my life. I was very lucky. I picked up another show that I did for Amazon Prime, which I was very lucky. That's going to be at least 8 episodes. A great show. So I did that.
Can we talk about it?
I can't say, I don't even really know what the name is going to be. We can talk about it a little bit because when I did my resignation, I said I'm here on another set filming it.
And what is the premise?
I'll just say the premise is very, I could just say the premise, very White Lotus, 9 Perfect Strangers meets Eat, Pray, Love. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Women of all different ages, reality stars from different shows. So I think it's going to be very good. I loved it. There was a lot of, a little bit of drama, a lot of crying. You see women in a different light. I loved every second of it. And it was great. So I think people are going to really love it.
Will they see a different side of you that
I think so.
Was edited out or you didn't have an opportunity
I
to
think
show?
they will definitely see a different side. I think they'll see a different side of most of the women that were on there.
Okay.
I saw a rumor Kim Zolciak Bierman.
Yes.
She okay.
Yeah.
That'll be.
I will.
We haven't seen her on TV in a while.
Yeah, they have. I think she's done a few shows lately, and she was on there. And I think it's very interesting. I also just, it was out there. I just did something with the little, videos were out there with the Golden Life girls.
Oh yeah, we saw that. Oh, so you filmed with them?
I was down in Palm Beach.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So, and those are my real life friends. So that was really, I went down with Dorinda was DJing. It was Kelly Ben Simone's birthday.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to say they just dropped like a teaser for the Golden Life.
Yeah.
And I'm already wet. I'm
By the way,
already wet. It's going to be
girls-
good.
Those girls are stars. They do their own thing. They're just amazing. You could just follow
they're
them
pros.
around. all
They're
over.
not
They're
here
pros.
protecting, oh, I don't want to say that. I don't want to.
No, they'll say anything.
They're
It is
pros.
It is so hysterical.
Yeah.
They're just so funny. It was great.
Yeah, that's funny. And I don't know, but you've not done Traders.
I have not done Traders.
Just so you need to do Traders.
Yes, I need to do Traders. I agree. I would love to do Traders.
That needs
I
to
think
happen.
your outfits would kill it on Traders.
Oh my God.
I'd have to. Yeah, I think I'd have really
God.
good outfits on Traders.
I think that I can't even imagine them not considering you for an upcoming season.
I really hope they do. I think it would be in the cards. I would really hope so.
Do you know, going back to Rhode Island, do you know any of these women personally?
No, but
Okay.
I do not know anything. Alicia is my favorite.
Oh my
Us
God.
too.
I am obsessed with Alicia. She is a super. I mean, they're all wonderful.
Did you watch last night's episode?
I didn't get through the whole thing. I was so tired last night because I was away in Palm Beach with the girls, and then I had to come home to a wedding. Joe and I were falling asleep because I was just so tired. But I'm going to finish it today.
Oh my God.
She
puts on a facade.
Oh yeah, I heard her
a
say
facade. We got to do a facade.
A facade.
We gotta drop the facade. She's fucking hilarious. And I know that, listen, I'm not gonna bad talk a housewife to you, Margaret, but I will say this. I believe that Alicia and her hijinks is what Shannon Bedore wishes her hijinks were.
Okay,
like Alicia out there with the metal detector being like, there's gotta be jewels out here. There's got to be so fucking funny.
I wrote to her. I was like, you are a star. She is so sweet, so nice. I think she is the funniest, natural, just nothing put on.
Yes.
There's just that's what I love about her. She's just like the best housewife ever. She's so crazy. I love her.
When the show started, I had Liz as my number 1, but Liz is now my number 2 and Alicia's number 1.
Yes, Liz and wait a minute. Liz and Dolores have to be related.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Right? That can't just be the same doctor.
Doppelgangers.
Yeah,
But I like Liz a lot too.
They did go to the same doctor who Anna went to and Margaret
Yeah,
Josephs
that's right.
went to.
Oh, okay. So she went to Cadillac too.
But she went to Cadillac after she had gone to another doctor. He doesn't change your face.
No, he
he's
doesn't.
not someone. He doesn't do noses. He just does facelifts.
Right.
So something definitely. It's a little crazy.
Yeah, it is. But they really do look related. Bone structure, everything.
I mean, she found out her husband was her 9th cousin.
Exactly. So they can be related. They have to do a test.
Yeah.
Somewhere, some chromosomes were touching.
Yeah. It's
I'm with
funny.
you.
I was talking to, we had Fessler on last week, and we were talking about how Dolores doesn't really talk much on the show. And that, honestly, that's a testament to her professionalism, because I feel that she doesn't feel like they're fine on their own. I don't need to get involved. Like, I think they hired her for insurance,
Yes,
just in case. And I think that she's letting them do their thing, which I think is smart.
I think she'll say like the right thing, like just to like move something along,
Right, when she moves it along. Like a
in case she
strategist.
had to teach like a little ropes. But these girls were so good, she saw it.
Her face lit up. Like, she was like, these girls know what they're doing. When Alicia was like, don't you go there, Rosie. Don't you fucking go there with me right now.
You're a whore.
Welcome to Rhode Island,
Rhode
bitch.
Island, bitch.
I know, you're a whore. I loved it. I was like, I know Dolores, like, I'm so proud of my girl.
Yes, she did. She
I know,
smiled
I
ear to
know.
ear. She goes, there we go.
But here's the thing that like Jersey couldn't do is look how quickly that fight was over. I mean, Beverly Hills is doing the same fucking thing. It's like, move on.
Mm-hmm.
No, the one thing is, you know what I loved right out of the gate, second episode, the cheating, amazing.
Yes.
We had so many cheating things that carried on the whole damn year. I was like, these girls can't move on.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm saying it's like, and Rula, her husband actually was actively cheating. She didn't have a stage 5 meltdown.
And the whole, denial. And you see every one of them is kind of different in the way they handle things, but in a way they want to help each other. But it comes across as like gossip. But at the same time, I do think that they're rooting for her.
Yes.
For her to be able to get, part on the title of the house, on, all of it. I just find a camaraderie, even though there's cattiness, and that, I think that's the magic sauce.
It is.
Yeah.
I think, you're absolutely right. I think that's what it is. Because the truth is, I couldn't stand Jennifer.
I think I think that
But I didn't want anything bad for her, though. I didn't want to, hurt her kids or anything.
No, but I think that it feels as though there is a sisterhood with these women in Rhode Island. And I feel like we started losing that around a certain time that somebody kind of entered the picture.
Yes.
And on Jersey, and I feel like we could never get that.
No, we didn't get our
back.
footing back. We did not get our footing back. You're right. And I saw it, and it just wasn't good. It wasn't a good fit anymore. It definitely wasn't a good fit in my life when you're wishing suffering on myself and my children and everything else and things like that happening. I know it's a time to exit.
I hope this is a lesson for everybody, because the house husbands, the men, they're there in a supporting role, kind of low-key supporting role. You are not supposed to exert undue influence on anybody, even if the person is extremely easily influenced, because then this happens. It ruins the whole show. Like, this show may now work or may not. It's 50-50. And they're going to be much more likely to say, we're not going to spend any more money on this show when we've got Rhode Island giving us the same vibe, but better, and killing it. You know what I mean?
It's like, and Jersey had such great ratings. And listen, I don't want to see go down the tubes. I don't want to see my friends go down the tubes. I want them to have a successful season, regardless. I just see listen, this guy, Brian, who's been, running around, he's going through it, and he's not vicious.
Right. Right. Exactly.
This guy, and he deserves it, truthfully, but he's holding it together.
I feel like I think a lot of people might look at Teresa's situation and be like, Joe Giudice was her downfall. But here's the thing. We all knew that Joe Giudice was a little sketchy with his business plans. Okay, we understood that. I think the problem, and why I think that I find Louis to be more destructive, is because he's hiding behind I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy.
But also, I don't think Joe Giudice ever really went after other people, except for their conflicts with Melissa and Joe.
But I'm saying that I think that Joe Giudice, he's the reason Teresa ended up in jail. But I think that the jail she's in with Louis is worse than the prison that she spent time in.
And also, she rose from the ashes after the prison thing. It was a great thing for her.
Yeah.
And then now she's in a prison that there's like, it's Hotel California. She can never check out. Yeah. It is a absolute Stockholm syndrome situation like I've never seen before.
I don't like to comment on those two because I've just taken.
No, I know.
I've taken myself out of that realm for that very reason.
Right.
I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying.
And you should protect your peace. You're in a better place.
I had to remove myself from that for a reason.
Yeah. I think that it's, again, that is showing how mature you are. The growth that you have.
I don't think a housewife has ever handled an exit strategy like that. Ever. And everybody lies. Everybody lies about when they left, how they left, what the conditions were for leaving. And no, you said what you were going to do and you stood by it.
Listen, I said it from the beginning. So everyone's like, you got fired. No, it's not. I would say they knew.
I've never heard that you got fired anyway, to be honest.
Well, no, people are saying, it's not that. It's like they knew I wasn't going to come back under those circumstances.
Right.
So they didn't plan me for they planned for me coming back, or I wouldn't have test filmed those girls. I was told back in August, this is a fact. Production said it to me. Not lying. This is who it is. It's you, Melissa, and Dolores. That's why you are going to see these girls. I said, don't call me. I said, I'm not coming to do this if this is the situation. I just don't want to be around it. They said, that's not the situation. They then called me up and said, circumstances have changed.
And now this is a situation.
And this is the situation. I said, great. That's fine. Thank you for telling me. Because they said, we're sorry. We're sorry. We told you this other situation. And I said, that's okay. I'm just not interested in that.
And plus,
I said, I can't pretend to, I'm not fake. I'm not going to make up with someone. I'm not doing this. I'm not, we're not going to navigate this situation.
And you are the type of person that,
and that was a way long time ago.
Right. Yes. You had plan B, C, and D in position, ready to go.
Yes.
If that were to happen, because we all know Bravo can be extremely fickle and whatever, the tree hugger, whatever it might be, they do succumb to a lot of pressure, which may be real or manufactured, because they fall for manufactured stuff too.
They do. And you know what I think? I think the family dynamic they made up. I think, some people want thinking like they want to see it play out, how the family situation goes. Maybe they were, afraid of just like changing out the old guard that, it hasn't always been so successful. And I think that could have been it. And that they just wanted some continuity and, me exiting out of that situation, my choice is just like, I can't, do that. It's not the end of the world. I'm still going to be around everything else. And, I'm sure whatever, TBD.
I honestly think that because Bravo kept you guys in limbo for so long, at this point, it's like, great, now I have a fucking answer and I can move on. Obviously, you're going to be sad. Anyone would be sad to leave any sort of job, position, whatever. But I think that there's also a sense of relief of like, well, at least now I know what I'm doing and where I'm going.
No, exactly. I was very much like, and I've said this publicly before, I was on another show when all this, when they told me they were announcing her back. I said, guys, I could have said this back in December, truthfully, because I knew back in December. I had spoken to Andy. I had spoken, and I love Andy and I love the network. I am so blessed because they have been nothing but kind and sweet to me. And
it's really not over. When you have a good relationship with Bravo.
Yes. We have a great relationship. And, and I said, give me the heads up when we're announcing so I can announce. No problem. They said they were going to give me the heads up. Not a big deal. I happened to have been on another show, on the set of another show. If I was home in my bathroom and I had no other prospects, maybe I'd feel a little shitty. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if my phone wasn't ringing.
But that's not you anyway.
No, it's not me. I was already on another show. I was already knowing, what my trajectory was, behind, and that was it. So I was there and I can announce from where else I was. So I think that's why I felt, yes, it's sad. It's an end of an era, but I also felt like, wow, I have so many other things and I'm very blessed.
You don't have to agree, but I can tell you already that I personally don't feel that there's a future for Melissa and Teresa for many reasons. I've always felt that Teresa was jealous of Melissa. And there's a weird dynamic. Look, I have a younger brother. I didn't like any of the women nobody was ever good enough.
Yes.
But I didn't have jealousy towards them, but I'm like, you're not good enough for my brother. So there's some of that. But Melissa's recent success with her cookie line and with everything just seems to be just coming up roses for them.
Yeah. I'm going to adjust it.
She can't stand that. She can't live with that. And that is going to be palpable on our screens. And it is going to implode. I mean, I'm saying it here now. You don't have to agree. But I believe that that's going to be a big, big issue. She's just going to have to keep reminding herself, we need the money, we need the money, we need the money. But in her face, you're going to be able to tell that it's not genuine. And the audience can't be fooled.
No, audience can't be fooled. And we're just gonna have to see. I can hope for Joe's sake, and Melissa's sake, that it is genuine. I want, for the sake of their family, I said it in the beginning, I want it to be genuine. I mean, when people say time heals all wounds, I don't agree with that. I think accountability does. I think years of therapy does. There has to be real actionable change. It just doesn't happen by saying, all right, let's make up and bury it. There has to be actionable change therapy. I've been in therapy a long time.
I hope she can pull it off, by the way. Look, when they canceled Miami, then paused it or whatever, people are like, oh, do you feel vindicated or whatever? I'm like, of course not. Number one, when Miami's on, it's great for our show. And number two, I don't want to have been part of something that failed or that ended or that no longer exists. So I don't know why people don't understand that.
No,
if it's not a good fit for me anymore.
No, it's not good. I don't want them not to do well.
I agree.
Dolores, I want people to do well, whether I'm there or not, because I was just like you were part of something good.
Right.
I was part of something good, even though once that. So, but it is definitely a TBD situation.
Yeah.
I think that you are doing everything right. I think that you are handling yourself so well. I think that there is another ex-RHONJ housewife who didn't handle herself so well, and I think is forever banned from Jersey Mike's.
Yes.
And she's a liar. I feel like she's like, I'm really excited to be focusing on my podcast and my family. And I'm like, ma'am, I know that you were devastated when they told you we don't want you back.
And she's trying so much to put stuff on social media with Teresa and stuff. It's just so funny. I am going to get a call. How fast am I going to get the call from Teresa after this?
Pretty fast.
Within minutes.
And then we heard that she
every
was a party crasher for the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls road trip.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Yeah.
I just don't.
So crazy. It's so crazy.
Listen, now that I'll be honest about, I was not included in that. I spoke to Andy about that. I wasn't there. Not part of 20 years of Housewives, which I was very taken aback about, not to be at Dorinda's. Dorinda was upset, was in shock about it. Andy had called me as well. But the people, but I know why I wasn't there, because they didn't want any conflict or whatsoever, with, certain people. And, so that I'm being honest about that. I was upset about, that I thought was a little bit of a slap in the face.
But
I'm not showing up.
Go.
I am not showing up where I'm not invited.
Exactly.
That is not me.
And I think
I'm going to tell you something. I don't show up at housewife events where I'm not paid.
Oh, agreed.
Absolutely.
As a fan and a hanger on.
Right. I wasn't paid to be at BravoCon, but we went for reality court.
Podcast. First of all,
no. We had a suite and everything.
Wait, Anna, that's a totally different thing.
Yeah, no, I know.
You have a business and a podcast, that is part of that world. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going if I'm not paid. Let me just say that. Just kidding. I'm at everything.
But no, but do you understand what I'm saying? It's a totally different thing.
No, 100%. And listen, I don't want to take away from all the RHONJ news, but I've been wanting to ask you this, and I've been trying to think about the proper way to say this and not be offensive. But I read your book a while ago, a couple of years ago, and I've always been so curious about the relationship with you and Marge Sr. And how...
No, don't worry. I'm not going to be offended. Just spit it out.
How do you get to a place where you guys are so fucking close, but you experienced the childhood that you did?
Okay, yeah. No. Listen, I had a very tumultuous... First of all,
It's a great question, Ace.
It is a great question. And I think, like I said, time doesn't heal all wounds. You just don't forget it. And it's not like I forgot it, but years of therapy.
Yeah.
Her validating what happened, and truly making amends. And I will say, Marge Sr. is the best grandmother. The way she has treated my son, my children, is totally different than the mother she was to me.
Right.
Can I ask you a shitty question?
Yeah, of course.
Does that ever hurt though to see?
No, it makes it makes me actually feel better that she, everything she wasn't to me, she is to my kids. Like, sometimes my son will say, "Ma, and I'm like, you should have grown up with grandma. You know what I mean? That's how I said to him. I'm like, don't fucking complain to me. You should have been, grown up with grandma. And I realize once you do have children, also, you realize your parents are human.
And they were doing the best they could.
She did the best she could. We're only 20 years apart. She was a single mother. No, but it is painful. Listen, sometimes she does things that still trigger me.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I freak the fuck out, and I'm not, and it does happen. But I also realize that she does love me very much. She did do all the crappy things she did, I don't want to say neglectful. I would say not realizing or TMI and confiding in me. In a child that you don't do. That steals your childhood.
Yes,
things that you could do to children that are not the best thing is to make them not feel safe and not and not even physically safe, but emotionally safe is just them knowing too much information, too much adult knowledge. Steals a childhood. She, she also gave me a lot of confidence. You could do anything. You're the greatest. You're the best. I love you so much. That makes up for a lot of shit.
Yeah, it makes up and it shows.
Which I really do think. Like, she never made me feel that I wasn't capable. I was overly capable because of her also. Right. But she made me feel. She gave me a lot of confidence in that sense. So I think that's why. I could forgive her. But no, that doesn't really go away. But I feel like years of therapy and all those other things, I could see that she's a different person now.
Right. And that she's tried to make amends even through your kids.
Through my kids. She is such a great grandmother. I mean, even the way she's Lexi's son, Nino. Lexi, listen, she's still, gives me grief. I'm not going to say she doesn't. She doesn't drink around me. Because I mean, if she is a drinker and she's like, I go berserk. Because she drank too much when I grew up. I'm like, do not.
Right. That makes sense.
I feel like, and this is coming from my own personal experience, but like I have 3 kids now, and becoming a dad is like, I feel myself getting in my head a lot because I want to give, everyone wants to give their kids a better life than what they had.
Yes.
Do you feel like when you became a mom, that was a big struggle for you to be like trying to just be a mom and do what you can, but also trying to make sure that you're like trying to do better than what you experienced?
Well, I was just like, I'm not going to, I don't drink alcohol. So that's the first thing. So I'm extremely stable that way. I never wanted my children or my, son to feel unsafe. My stepkids were 8, 14, and 16, but I did the best, very nurturing, to always be with them. And, I didn't want to get divorced, even though I thank God I stayed married for 20 years at least, the first time.
Yeah.
But my son, I did get divorced and, then I got married. But it was a very conscious decision. I was on all the school trips. My mother wasn't on the school trips. I mean, listen, my mother forgot to pack me lunch. My kid had every day he had breakfast in bed till he went to, even in college. I'm not even kidding you. I did everything possible.
Right.
And then
you overcompensated.
Yes, overcompensated.
But if ever you felt like you fell short, did it just tear you up so much inside?
Oh my God, to this day. I mean, you don't even know. Yeah. And if my son ever tries to say anything to me, because he doesn't know every single thing.
Right, of course.
My son's going to be 30 and he will say sometimes snide comments to me. And I'm just like, that's when I say you should have grown up with grandma.
Right.
I always say that shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I always think ever since I read your book, I thought that was so interesting to see you on the show and just how close you guys are. And as someone who's not like a good forgiver, I couldn't put myself in your position.
No,
you forgive other people for yourself, not for the other person.
Yes, exactly. And I feel like my mother has, she's really, made amends because they have to validate. I think when people don't validate and aren't honest about it, and
I don't know what you're talking about and make you like it's gaslighting. Yeah,
they gaslight you or whatever. Or that's a different thing. But she completely. Was so, we went to therapy. She was validating. Now, in the beginning, she really wasn't validating. She was kind of like, get over it kind of thing. And I was like, that's not going to work.
Right.
I was like,
and ultimately she acknowledged it.
No, I think it was hard for her at first, until she like stopped drinking, and not that she, somebody who's a drinking issue doesn't need to drink all the time. They could drink twice a year.
Yeah.
It's like, but until she, and I think once she did that and realized everything, it really made a big difference.
Ace doesn't drink at all. In fact, has never had a drink.
Wow.
And I'm not a big drinker. I could either have a glass of wine if they're pouring it at dinner or not have anything at all. I don't need it. I feel shitty the next day. Do you think, obviously your mom's drinking must have had an effect on you choosing sobriety?
Of course.
And then
absolutely.
And then inspiring Soiree.
Yes. Oh, without a doubt.
So tell us where Soiree is now. I know that you kind of changed your strategy. See, I did that with my business too. Retail became impossible. It robbed me of all my joy.
Yes.
I was in 5,000 retailers. Okay. And over time, it cost me more money to have it there than to whatever. And I literally pulled out of. People are like crazy. You pulled out of Walmart. You put out, I mean, I'm still in some Walmarts but yes, I pulled out because I want to have just an e-commerce, whatever business. I just, I do a lot of other things, and that was just robbing me of my time and my joy and working on administrative shit that at a certain point in your life, it doesn't bring you joy anymore. And so I don't do it.
No, I'm with you. This is same thing with us. It was, beverages, very hard business.
Very hard business.
Very hard business. And, and Lexi and I are not the best at the administrative things. Yeah. We are taking an approach to TikTok shops, direct to consumer, and really trying to grow our business that way. And that's the way we decided to do it because it's fun. Live selling is a very big thing going forward. I mean, my age group, right? Our age group, and not Ace's age group, it's different for us, right? Because you and I were like always in a store, or this and touch and feel and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
That's not the way people are shopping anymore.
No, it's not. It's not. That's one of the good things about having like millennial kids is that I've learned from them, what they think, what they eat, how they vote, how they shop. And it finally dawned on me.
It's a totally different thing. I'm obsessed with Gary Vee. Do you know Gary Vee?
Yeah, Gary Vee. I mean, crush it. I've read all his books. I mean,
yes, and
he wants you to post 150 pieces of content a day. I mean, it's insane, but yes.
But he says live selling is the way. If anybody complains in the next 2 years that he didn't say it, that's the way it's going. So Lexi and I really are going heavy on the TikTok shop. We are on premise in quite a few places, but we're not really in the retailers. We're like really direct to consumer,
right?
And trying to really push it that way. And in this beverage space is more about creating a community, which is interesting.
I feel like direct to consumer is so much nicer of a way to go.
It is so
than
much
having
nicer.
to
You don't
have
have
middlemen and
Oh my
all this
God.
other shit.
distributor. You don't have no idea what
It's
it was
really
like.
it's hard. And not saying that I won't eventually go into retailer, but we will definitely need a financial partner then. I mean, listen, we're self-funded. It is a
me too.
struggle. You know, we do a lot of events. But I do love it and it's needed and people are choosing not to drink. I mean, look at us. We're here. Ace doesn't drink. I don't drink alcohol. You barely drink. And it's also a lot of people are choosing not to drink now.
I
Are
think
you
more and
at
more the
Soft
younger
Bar?
generations are not going to be drinking.
We are not in soft bar, which
Oh,
is
but-
interesting.
Oh, have you talked to Carl?
Well, we've talked to Carl.
Oh. Well, I'm going to be there because I have a wedding in Brooklyn at the end of this month, and I'm
Well,
going to
tell
go.
me when you're in town. We'll have dinner.
Oh, okay, yeah. And but I'm going to ask him. Like, I'm just going to go and say, like, where's soiree? Like,
We have,
So-
it's interesting. We've spoken to people on his team before. We were going to do an event there, but then someone from his team has left. It's bizarre. It's bizarre that we're not in soft bar.
yeah, that is really weird because, come on, I mean,
And I
That's-
love him, and I love Carl,
And
and I
I
feel
love
like
him
we're very
too.
friendly and everything else. But it's just like it's okay. It's all right.
I feel like it's a huge missed opportunity for a giant demographic of people to go to softball.
I mean, it would be great if we did an event there because we're both Bravo Lebs, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like it
oh my
doesn't.
God, it would bring in so many people.
I think an event.
But you've
definitely
talked to
would.
his people or you've talked to him directly?
I've spoken to Carl, and then he's see me. I'm not like go speak to my people. He was just like, oh, set it up. Lexi set it up with my event, and this person. It was just like,
Oh, I'm gonna kind of remind him a little bit because
it's okay, it's all right.
he's
And
very no.
our
I mean,
so-
I'm gonna go anyway.
Our
But
social media person works for Loverboy as well.
oh, okay. Well, he didn't have Loverboy non-alcoholic either at this week's episode.
I think stuff goes in and out. I think
Yeah.
stuff goes in and out.
Yeah.
Marge, remind me, when you came to RHONJ, did you come on as Siggy's friend?
That's what they said, but I wasn't her friend. I could never be her friend.
Okay, because I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, God, Marge is so level-headed, so normal, and Siggy is anything but.
I know they put us because we lived in the same town.
Okay, but
We
you were
both
not
from town of
friends.
Never friends. Acquaintances through my friend Jody Goldberg.
Okay.
Definitely acquaintances. I knew her from around town. I was always embarrassed, to be seen with her, but that was it. But, and then I tried to, be ingratiating right before the show. I was just like, I called her and said I was coming on. At the time I came on as a full-time housewife right before the show even started. They don't do that anymore. You really have to, test the entire season. And then by the end, they'll tell you if you're a full-time housewife.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to really. So I was like, think that I was the last time someone came on Jersey as a full-time housewife without having to do the whole season. And I came and she just was not helpful. My first scene was we were going to Florida and I had called her and I just said, could you recommend someone to get makeup down there? She wouldn't recommend anybody. She was just like a real see you next Tuesday, right?
Because you're a threat to the job security.
Which I think is ridiculous, and I really wasn't to her, but
In your
and-
eyes, but I think that to all of us, I mean,
in the
No
end,
one
I
was,
was
like, a
in the end,
huge
I was
Siggy
because,
fan.
she could say she resigned, and she knew she was going to get let go, so she did send a resignation letter, but basically, she was pushed right out the door.
yeah,
She
she's
called me an anti-Semite. I mean, so that was it, and she wouldn't take it back. So,
a monster. And
that's an understatement.
of all the housewives we've ever had, I mean, I think that Amber and Jim, is that his
Yes.
name? They were up there, but
No,
Siggy
She's
is
the worst. She's the worst.
I think she was absolutely the worst.
Well, she's the worst, and what proved it was after she had left.
yeah, because she also go to sleep. Like, we're done with you. We don't need you to keep kind of coming around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that that's not true, because I did always wonder, how the hell could you two be
Oh my God!
friends?
Come on, would I ever be friends with someone like that?
Another question for you. Now you're no longer on RHONJ. I feel like you can say a little bit more, but back to when you first brought up the cheating allegations of Jen Aiden, when you guys were at that
Yeah,
dinner,
yeah.
and And then later you came on and said basically that, oh, I don't know anything. You were lying.
Yes.
Okay.
They forced you to do that.
No, they didn't
No,
force
she
me.
she
No, they didn't
knew
force
stuff,
me.
but then
You
she
just
came back
felt
and was like,
that it
I
was
just
the right
felt
thing
like
to do.
She had such a meltdown. I wasn't going to say it. I mean, the
Okay,
girl
you
just
didn't
came
wanna-
on the show.
yeah.
Well,
And
when
now-
I said hit a nerve, I was like, your husband's in the pool. I said something, We all, by the way, other people knew also.
And is he still in the pool house? Do we know?
I don't know. Truth is, would that ever be my social circle?
No. I will say, Bill Aiden,
Oh, Bill Aiden, I love.
for like, I always
funny.
wonder, like,
He's a lovely
how and
guy.
why.
Yeah, how and why, indeed.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's a lovely man.
He is, and
He's a hostage.
But would I be really hanging out with it? Jennifer, I thought she was a good housewife. I'm going to give her that. She was a good housewife. Personality wise, would we ever be good friends? No. That's what I'm saying. Would she be in my social circle? Absolutely not. The way she behaves, the condescending, never. But I think she was good for housewives. Yes. Until the end.
Until the end. And now she's gone wackadoodle.
I heard that they got rid of like the whole crew behind RHONJ. Is that true?
That's true.
I don't like that.
The production crew.
No,
Yeah.
it's still the same production. It's the
But
different
just-
crew. It's the same Sirens ITV.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
A whole different crew.
But like Chris DeRosa,
No.
now he's gone. That's sad.
Well, I mean, it's not like they were, it's seasonal, whatever.
Right.
But Chris DeRosa, but he's on another show.
Right. He's doing
He's the
Project
best.
Runway. He's awesome. I just feel like
I
there's
love-
also a level of comfortableness that you get when you've been with these people long enough that you don't feel.
we had the best crew ever. My showrunner. I just, I'm not there. It's just, I think when a show, has been on pause or whatever, they're looking to place blame on everything and they want to do a clean house.
Yeah.
I think it's not uncommon to do something like that. Do I think it's sad? Yeah. I mean, I think we had the best crew ever. I think anybody who was integral to, story or whatever it is, I think they just decided to clean house. But I did hear that. I know a lot of my crew isn't coming back. I was very attached to the crew. You get attached to the crew. They're with you
of course.
at moments.
I feel like we just had Jen Fessler and I was telling her, I'm like, the problem with you, Jen, is that I feel like you were too smart for some of the women on RHONJ, and I feel the same way about you. And I'm like, I feel like you and Jen Fessler can run on the same caliber. You know what I'm saying?
Jen Fessler's hysterical. I love her.
And you're witty, and like you can, where I feel like
Think
wit
on your
kind
feet.
of goes over some people's heads. And
Well,
I
I
feel
mean,
like
yeah.
we need to focus on a show with you guys and other people who are witty and smart and quick. And Anna's super quick.
Yeah, Anna's super quick. I feel like I'm not in the screen. I don't know which hand to raise. No, absolutely. Jen Fessler is very funny. She's also, she also goes off the deep end. She's neurotic. She is hysterical.
Yeah.
I called her. Jen Fessler and I were out to lunch with Kim D for her birthday.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is very funny. And Jen Fessler, she says that. I go, give her a dingbat. I go, I just told you that the other day. She's so smart, but she could be dingy. We were
And then she'll tell you, I know.
I know. She is just so,
Yeah.
what? She's the right amount of, neuroses. And I just get such a kick out of her, and she's smart. And so that's why she's good for TV. I go, this is why you're good for TV. You're such a neurotic. She's the best. But she doesn't get mad. Like, I could call her a dingbat. She doesn't get mad.
Right. No, she doesn't get mad. Oh my God. The things we say to
I don't
her.
get mad. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's awesome.
But I feel like with where we were education wise on Jersey, maybe it wasn't the best fit for you guys, but I feel like there's still a show there and there's other women who are of your caliber who could make great television together.
listen, I think there's definitely shows out there. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind if I pick up a show here, pick up a show there. Same thing with Jen. I would love Jen to be on it. Anna, anything. There's a lot of streaming services that are doing a lot of shows.
Oh my God, so much.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm busy. And I think there's a lot of things going on in the universe. And it's weird because As soon as I really said, I'm not doing Jersey to myself, and I knew it was over by, last year, the end of last year, that's when I knew I got the Amazon show.
Right.
It was already in the talks.
You were kind of holding the door closed on yourself without knowing.
Yeah, and
it.
I think people don't realize that just in any circumstance, when you're holding the door closed, and you're really not resolved with something, no other opportunity opens. And, opportunities started coming to me at the end of last year as soon as I resolved within myself that I was not going back.
Right.
Listen, I think we pitch a show, I think, to whatever streaming service is listening, which all of them, all the major networks are usually on Reality Court.
Oh,
in
no,
the
they're
comments
listening.
And stuff.
They're hanging
always
on our
fighting
every
over.
word.
Yeah. They're like,
exactly.
Always,
like, I can't wait to be with you.
Yes, we've had to turn down so many show opportunities. It's like crazy. They're just like, we need more
there
of
really
this.
is a lot out there now. And there is a lot of chances for you to see all the sides of Marge, because a lot of these women are one-dimensional, and that's very boring. And sometimes on these shows, because of editing or this situation, you're not allowed to show. I'd like to see you in the middle of a challenge on traders and how you would handle that, and what strategic, psychological warfare you would employ in that situation.
Yes.
I want to see that.
I know. On traders, I'm not. Am I diabolical? I can't decide. Maybe.
No,
I'm not that diabolical.
You're smart, so
I'm
you
a
can
team
be.
player.
I feel like you're smart, so you can be bitchy. But I
Yes.
feel like you're kind of a mother hen the sense
I'm
of
very
like,
motherly.
I'm gonna take care of you, but then I will if you
But
come
don't
for me
screw
wrong.
me over. Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's
exactly her in a nutshell.
That's why I'm excited about this other show to come out. I think it's a real. You see a definitely different side of me, and it was good. Listen. I love being around women. I am like people did.
It didn't feel like work, right?
It didn't feel like work. I was I was crying with joy half the time. I'm so happy. Though I was away for like almost a month away from my family. I was like, this is the best.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Marge, what's next? Where are we gonna? What is down the pipeline for you? Obviously, the Amazon show.
The Amazon show.
So
You'll
many
see me
things,
on the. You'll see me a little bit on the Golden Life. Towards the end, which was a lot of fun. I think I'll be picking up some other shows that I have in the works, and I think I'm going to be working on Soiree, and I think I might do Lexi, myself, and my mother might do like a 3-generational podcast.
I love that.
I love that.
Like a red table talk.
Yeah, like a red table talk. Because
listen,
we are 3 different. I'm 59. I can't believe it. Lexi's 45. My mother's going to be 80, but she's extremely opinionated.
It's perfect.
And I think we're going to do something, generational.
I love it.
Yes.
If you have guests, count me in. I love girl stuff, and I love.
We're gonna have occasional guests, and you will definitely be top.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that.
And I think we're gonna have that.
I think that I think too, like you are a legit businesswoman, which is not something that a lot of people get to see. And I think any opportunity that comes for you to showcase that and show the behind the scenes and what all that entails and
that's
shit.
That's what it is. I want it. You're right. And it took me away. And this is no insult to Housewives. It took me away from my creativity and things that I really love. That is one thing, because you're so focused on filming and events. And
it's all consuming. It's all consuming.
And it is all consuming. And there's so many. And that's one thing I love to do is be super creative and design stuff and do this. And I have a million ideas, and I am doing, I'm writing another book, but it's a novel based on, a Jewish family who has a loss, which was my ex-husband. But it was, and the way I get through pain is through comedy, laughing.
Humor,
believe me, I do a lot of humor with all my crazy.
Yeah. So it's fiction somewhat inspired by?
Fiction inspired by the loss of my ex-husband and the Shiva and everything that had occurred in that time frame.
I also really want you to get a brand deal with
I love you. I love that.
Home interior design stuff that, like, we can very easily get and like
your mouth to, yeah, believe me.
I love that
wanted to
because
get
you do have a unique style that is not
Yes.
modern farmhouse, that is not
No, it's
mid-century
maximalist.
modern, that
I'm
is
like,
not
no, I'm
grayish.
No,
I mean,
I'm
I
maximalist.
I was shocked to find out that like one time my wife and I were shopping and I'm like, Rachel Zoe has Christmas ornaments.
Rachel Zoe has everything. No,
We got them. We were instantly like, oh, I love these. We're going to get them. And I'm like, of course it's fucking
That's
Rachel
called
Zoe.
licensing, baby.
Rachel has something called a DTR, and that's called
Yeah.
direct to retail. And
Yeah.
she has it with the TJ Maxx group, which is Home Goods, TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
And what she does is her deal is directly with them, and they find all the manufacturers for her. So she has every category. She has bedding. She has tabletop. She has the Christmas ornaments. She has everything. She's had that a very long time. And her being on Housewives has really reignited that.
What is preventing Marge getting a DTR?
Marge always wanted DTR. And years ago, I should have had a DTR. When I started Macbeth Collection,
Yeah.
I was doing probably 50, 60 million a year, which is
Wow.
a lot of fucking money. P.S. That money wasn't all coming to me. I was paid on royalty, which is great. But you're paid. Okay, so royalty is like, so if you're doing 60 million at retail, whatever it is, half of that is wholesale, and then I'm making 6% of that, whatever it is. But I was making a lot of fucking money, bottom line.
Yeah.
And then I had a horrible lawsuit and lost a lot of money. So that was way before Housewives. That was my opportunity to do direct to retail. Once you have a lawsuit in the industry of licensing, sometimes that really hurts you. And it really, I lost some licenses, some things happened. That's when I went on Housewives. My business changed. I didn't hyper focus on it. I went on Housewives to reignite it. So some of my licenses went away, some stayed. I'm still in licensing, but I missed my opportunity to do the direct to retail. Housewives kind of killed my licensing design business because they looked at me now as a TV personality and not as like full design, which really upset me because the truth is they're like, oh, she's TV personality, she's not design. TJ Maxx has actually said that to some of my licenses. Oh, she's just, I'm like, what? It's like, so I was always known as that. And they're like, well, that's not what you're known as now. You let your brand go. I've had a lot of backlash. So that's another thing. I want to refocus on doing that. I have to build myself back up to that.
Yeah.
But I think that there is, let's look at this as a blessing, because you hear the name Margaret Josephs, it sounds rich, it sounds expensive, it sounds like a designer. Like
I'm going to take you with me on the road.
Absolutely.
It does. It has gravitas.
I want a Margaret Joseph's, comforter. I want a Margaret Joseph's pillow. I want a Margaret Joseph's blanket.
Exactly.
And I think
it's going to be a vibe. Also.
Yes,
it is going to be a vibe. And I always say I'm maximalist style. I always say it. That's how I describe myself, because it's just like, I like to mix old and new. Everything doesn't have to be expensive.
Me too.
And
but maybe
and personality. I want people's personality in their home.
Here's the thing, though. Maybe you couldn't have it happen before because we were going towards this like minimalist stuff for a while, and now maybe it's your time because people are becoming more
minimalist anymore. I'm telling you.
I'm saying
before is coming back.
And so
people
before
walk into my house that's in the middle of a huge renovation, and they don't understand the colors. They don't understand any of the stuff, and it's like, just wait. It's all in my head.
It comes together.
It does. And then even Ken is like, oh, I get why you painted the mantle black. You know what I mean?
Can you just reach out to a wallpaper company and do a Margaret Josephs wallpaper line?
I can actually wallpaper. I am working with someone. I might do something. I have my agent, and just so you know, these are all different agents. I have a lot, you have a licensing person. You have somebody who just works on home. I mean, this is
Get me on the phone with the agent. I'm going to talk
You're
to
getting
him.
on. No. You're absolutely right. And it's not.
Wallpaper would be great for you.
It makes absolute sense. I mean, you think Margaret Josephs, you walk into her house, you're going to see wallpaper.
Yeah. Oh my God. You guys have to come together to the house. No, my whole house is wallpaper, and I have to do, and I'm even doing more. We just did the other rooms. It's like, it's true. It's just,
I love it.
Yeah, and that's why now I'm going to have time to do this. That's why I'm happy.
It's just
I really love.
Right. It's like the other thing was a little bit of a dead end, not a terrible dead end. It was lucrative or whatever, but now you're going act 2, act 3.
Exactly. And it was so great while it lasted, and I loved every second. But now I could do what really, brings me more happiness.
Yeah.
Margaret Josephs, the second act.
The second act. I know. I feel
it.
like I always say, I'm like that woman on Hacks. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys watch Hacks?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very funny because it's about whatever, Joan Rivers. But I always say, sometimes I always say to Joe, I'm like, oh my God, she sounds like me. You know what I'm saying?
But it's so inspiring to women who reinvent themselves, and that it's never too late, and that it's like
I am
second act, third act. Why the hell not?
Obsessed with Hacks. Obsessed.
Yes. Oh, me too.
Best show.
Yeah.
So guys, it's maybe not next week, but pretty soon I want you to go to TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Marshalls. You're going to find the Margaret Josephs collection.
Exactly. I mean, I have stuff in Walmart now, my beauty stuff, but we will be the Candy Couture. We have right now it's in for Mother's Day. We got to promote that.
Oh, Mother's Day. You got to
hurry up. We have the
hurry
Mother's Day Candy Couture. All the beauty brushes are in there now.
Hell yes.
Oh, okay. At Walmart?
Yeah, it's at Walmart.
Okay.
I have a huge program at Walmart.
I know you do. I know you do.
Know. But
I did a couple of licensing deals I have shapewear at Burlington.
That's so good.
And under Skinny Latina and some makeup stuff.
But that's so good. Do you still do that?
Well,
Skinny Latina?
yeah, it's still there. But I lost one of them because of the tariff thing.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And it's killed me. I know that now when is the licensing convention? Is it now?
It's in the summer.
Right. So I don't know. Vegas. My guy's going to go there and figure something out because I love the licensing part.
I do too.
So much easier. So, yeah.
We're all very excited to see, Margaret, where things go. We love you. We can't wait for the Amazon show. Don't forget, guys, you can always find Margaret at onlyfans.com/themarge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I have to resort to that, Jesus, I have to go under a pseudonym.
Nah, we'll all
right,
pay to
well,
see
you
your
know
tits.
where to find Candy Couture if you want to order Soiree. Soiree
is on TikTok shop,
and sometimes you're going to do live.
And so we do. No, we have a lot of people live. We have affiliates selling it. We already have the people selling.
I'm going to have to call you to find out about that.
Yes, we're going to reconvene.
When my kitchen is done.
Guys, don't forget, only say nice things about us in the comments. Don't say anything negative ever. Leave us a 5-star review. Go check out Margaret's OnlyFans. You can find her soon at TJ Maxx and Home Goods.
All right, love you.
We love you, Margaret.
Love you.
Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. We'll talk soon.